Frank Bonada here for LowKickMMA, speaking with the former Cage Warriors lightweight champion, current UFC lightweight, Herbert. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. A little bit sleep deprived from the UFC last night. Did you watch any of it?
Yeah. I just woke up and watched it in the morning, to be honest. I didn't stay up for it. But yeah, man, it was good. Good show, man. Wicked. Great fights on last night. Enjoyed it. About yourself? You enjoyed it, yeah?
Yeah. It was a good spectacle. Good introduction for Michael Chandler. Obviously, main event, co-main event, both lightweights, your division. What were your thoughts on both fights?
Yeah, man. I thought both fights were bit of a surprise, to be honest. I think most people probably would say as well. But I think the first fight, Michael Chandler versus Hooker, I think Hooker didn't seem to get going at all. But I feel like Chandler did really well. You know, just stuck it straight on him, and then just put it straight on him and just took him clean out. Like, so fair play to him. He's done really well. Conor McGregor fight, I feel like I come out like it's just a box. I come out in a boxy stance, and then he was like really heavy on that front leg, and then Poirier just like was hitting him with the calf kicks, and I think that was the beginning of the end really. And then he got in there and got the win.
Yeah, definitely. I was wondering, when you watch these sort of fights, especially lightweights, obviously, your division, do you watch them from more of an analytical standpoint? Like, these might be your opponents someday. Do you look for flaws in their games or how technical they might be? Or do you watch it from more of like a fan standpoint, like just enjoying the fight for what it is?
That's a good question, because I do, man. I just watch it as a fan, to be honest. But I do analyze obviously a little bit, because that's where I'm aiming to be, to fight those guys at the top of the division. I mean, I'm not there yet, so I can just sit back and just watch it as a fan at the minute. But I still, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, no, I'm going to be fighting one of these guys, these top guys, one day. So yeah, I am looking at analysing the fights and looking for little things and stuff to see how what I'm going to do when I get to fight them.
Yeah. Well, also on that card, did you watch the full main card?
I didn't get to watch it all. I watched like I say, I watched the co-main, the main, and I watched I watched the Roundtree fight.
Yeah.
I managed to watch the two lightweights, man, for Vola and the other guy from Armenian guy, I think it is. Watched that. That was a good fight. Some good grappling exchanges in that, and the Cali Roundtree was a good fight as well.
Yeah,
striking battle.
Well, I only asked because the first card on the main event, first fight on the main card, Hebas and Rodriguez. There was it was Herb Dean reffing, and Hebas gets knocked down. Rodriguez is swarming all over her. Herb Dean runs in, and then Rodriguez sort of like steps up, walks away. Herb's like, you're still fighting, and Rodriguez has to come back in, drop a bunch of elbows, a hard right hand, and then Herb's like, again, okay, that's it, that's done. And I thought, in a way, I know you've probably spoken to death about it, but your fight against Ronaldo, there was a bit of a not dodgy, but controversy with Herb in that fight. And yeah, I just wondered if I could get your thoughts on, first Herb Dean as the referee, but also obviously your own fight.
I didn't see that fight last night, but like you're saying, like he wants to see people get like, I don't know, he's obviously a great ref because he's been doing it for years, isn't it? Like, so he's a great guy. I can't really comment too much on that fight because I didn't really see it, but in my fight, I keep saying this to everyone, but like, I saw his point of view in a way where I was like, I got knocked down. It was a heavy knockdown, but I had my hands up, sort of protecting myself. I wasn't like, KO'd, like fully out, like staring at the ceiling, like not protecting myself. I had my hands covering myself, and so he was like, "Oh, I could see I could see his point of view, but also I see how Dan Hardy, like, because he's seen the heavy punch, like heavy knockdown. You know, it's one of them ones. So I know he's just trying to give the fighter a chance to get back, to get back into the fight. But I understand, you know, you got to protect fighters as well. You know, it's fighter safety is paramount as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, but he can't. The guy's been reffing for years, you know, at the top of the game. So he knows what he's doing, man.
Yeah. Well, he had a good stoppage for Conor anyway, so you can't fault him on that.
Yeah.
Well, with obviously your debut in the UFC, Trinaldo. I mean, tough fighter. Obviously, got a lot of fights on his record. With that fight, I mean, obviously you got clipped in third round. But during those first 2 rounds and the early exchanges of the third, did you notice like a notable step up in competition and just like, you know, his strength, ability, techniques from like your Cage Warriors days, or is it a similar sort of level to you? What did you find?
It's a good question, to be fair. No, I wasn't in there thinking, oh my god, like this is I've never seen nothing like this or anything before. Not at all. Like, I mean, I feel like I was under pressure a bit in the first round. Then I started towards the end of the round. I started taking over. I clipped him with a good knee. Then I started laid some good shots on him. I finished the ground on top on the ground. Then second round, I dropped him about twice. You know, I was all over him. And then the third round, I was sort of, you know, still cruising, but he just caught me with that shot. So now I don't feel like there was a massive difference. Like I say, I train with some of the best guys in the world. Yeah. I don't renegade. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm being put under pressure all the time, and you know, they've brought me on loads. So, yeah, man. Like I say, I know I belong in the UFC. You know what I mean? I belong to that level. It's just you know, it's just one of them things. I just got caught, man. He threw the shot. It was a good shot he thrown, and that was it. So,
yeah.
But you know, move on from this, learn from this, and get better.
Oh yeah, I thought I saw a lot of similarities in that Trinaldo fight with some of your earlier Cage Warriors fights, like Jack Grant, like early defending takedowns, getting through a little bit of adversity, then picking it up, throwing your hands, and putting him under pressure. I thought it was sort of following that narrative almost, but yeah, obviously you got clipped in the end, which sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, man. The nature of the beast.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, okay, yeah. You did made a UFC debut, picked up a loss to Trinaldo, which, yeah, I think you probably got a lot of respect from the way you fought in that fight anyway.
Yeah.
How did you find the year of 2020 overall? I mean, obviously you got COVID, Fight Island for you, UFC debut.
Yeah, it was a mad year, man. It's like ups and downs. It's unbelievable. I mean, the birth of my son. I got signed to the UFC. No, let's rewind that. I got signed to the UFC in I think it was January. Then I was meant to fight in London in March. That got cancelled. Then we went into lockdown. You know. Then my son was born in June, so I was like, you know, one of the best day of my life. Then I think July I'm fighting on Fight Island, making my debut. You know, I had a big loss, but you know, I still had a good experience. Went over there, you know, you got to take the positives from it, and then I think it's just been up and down, man. We're back into lockdown and then all this stuff. But then I got signed this fight for February this year, so you know, it was just up and down. But a lot of people, not just myself, but everyone, a lot of people have had their problems as well this year, 2020. So, you know, it's been one of them years, man. It's been a mad one. So, but yeah. Obviously, hopefully, it's a better year this year.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Obviously, yeah, you went out to Fight Island for that event. How did you find that whole experience going out to Abu Dhabi?
It was wicked, man. Brilliant. I mean, from the chartered freaking planes, man. I'm sitting in first class, like with a bed, you know, lying on a bed on the plane. I'm like, what the hell's going on, man? You know what I mean? And I got there to this amazing hotel. the way they treated there, the UFC and everything, it's mind blowing, man. So yeah, it was a great experience. Great experience.
Awesome. Yeah, I only ask because I know like Michael Chandler was saying his first experience fighter, and obviously he was the backup for Habib, and he sort of used that to like acclimatize first, and then the second time he went there, he knew what he was going into. Did it affect you at all? Different hours, the flight over, the COVID restrictions. Did that make a difference to you?
Not really, because I knew what to expect. You know what I mean? I flew. Obviously, I'm not going as far as Abu Dhabi or but I've flown to different countries and fought in different countries before. You know what I mean? So, but you just have to, you've got to just be prepared for these things. You got to she's got to be ready, man. I mean, what's in the day, that's what we want to do. That's as fighters, we want to fly around the world and fight in the biggest shows and everything. So, you just got to get out there and do it, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, let's talk your next opponent, Drakkar Klose. To start with, is it confirmed in Vegas, Apex? I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I think it is. I'm not 100% sure. Like, but with all this stuff that's going on and the stuff happening in America and that, but I think, yeah, it's Vegas, yeah. But you never know what could happen, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, interesting opponent. Still, I'd probably say almost as well regarded as Trinaldo in terms of like hype and what he fought Beneil Dariush last, who's now ranked. Good fighter. How do you see yourself stacking up with him?
Yeah, he's a good fighter. Top competition. Yeah, man. I just I feel like my boxing, my movements, and my explosiveness, my getting up off the ground, my tie, my clinch, everything that's going to play a big factor in this fight. And I'm confident of getting the victory by stoppage. Although he's a very good fighter, explosive, good wrestling. He's a good all rounder. So it's going to be an exciting fight, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've seen him say in a few interviews now that he's looking. Well, I think his record in the UFC, all his wins are decisions. So he's looking to try to submit you, get the first finish on his record. What are your thoughts on that?
That's good, man. That's exciting, man. That's what you want, isn't it? That's what you want. That's what everyone's looking to do. Come and submit me. Come and knock me out. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm never expecting someone to just come and just point score against me for a decision. So I'm ready for anything, man. That's what I train, man. I train for every situation. So I'm looking forward to it, man. For him to come in there and try and sub me. Yeah, man. That's good.
Awesome. What's the training been like for this fight coming up? Obviously, yeah, UK, a lot of lockdowns right now. COVID's rife.
It's been this time. It's been a lot better for me. Compared to the Trinaldo, the preparation for the Trinaldo, this is like 100% better. Like I'm getting everything I need to get in. I mean, before it was locked down. It was hard to get into a gym. We just about got into the gym like 3 times a week, a certain amount of couple of hours. The other times I had to train over the park, so I was doing my pad work, my boxing, my strength and conditioning, all that shit was in the park. Like, so it was a bit of a mad one. So now I'm fully in great shape for this. You know what I mean? I am 4 weeks out. And I'm already feeling sharp as out, man. So I'm going to be morning ready on fight nights.
Great.
You better believe it.
Are you training with all of Renegade at the moment? Obviously.
Well, a lot of the I mean, I've got a fight coming up. Leon's got a fight coming up.
Yeah.
So obviously we all allowed us two are allowed certain partners training partners. I mean, Tom just had a fight coming up, so he was allowed. He's he's certain partners. So like basically, there's a lot of people, not a lot, but there's a good amount of people in the gym, because we're all elite athletes. So we've got that status. So we everything's above board, everything's all legal, like in that. So yeah, but there's everyone's there training, man, getting and working.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, gutting loss for Tom against Akhmedov.
Yeah. He'll learn a lot from it and come back better.
Yeah. And then you also alluded to Leon facing Hamzat. Quite an interesting fight. How do you see that going?
I just see Leon getting a win by a spectacular fashion, to be honest with you, and then moving on for a title shot. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, I'd like to do that too. It's been too long. Obviously though, his opponent Hamzat made his name fighting incredibly regularly. Well, I say that he fought twice in 2-3 weeks, and then another time in Vegas. Do you see yourself fighting multiple times this coming year? I mean, I guess being in England, it might be harder to fight that regularly, but how do you see 2021 going?
If this Corona calms down, I'd like to fight 4 times a year. You know what I mean? That'd be good. Definitely, man. And if they want me to more, you know what I mean? I'm looking to stay busy, man. Looking to stay busy, stay active, move up the rankings, and just improve as a martial artist.
Yeah, well, it's clear the UFC obviously holds you in quite high regard. Trinaldo as a debut is it's a big fight. As same with Klose, even on his second fight as well. They're definitely big names. I mean, I'm not going to say are you looking past Klose, but are there any names out there that you would be interested in fighting potentially this coming year?
No, I'm not looking past Klose at all. I'm fully focused on this fight. That's why I'm not thinking about any next fight or anything we don't want next or and this and that. Obviously, I have my goals and I want to get into the top 15, and be champion. But I'm not thinking of any other names or anything. I mean, I'm thinking about I'm just thinking about this fight and my the preparation and everything and how it's going to go down fight night.
Yeah. Well, you just mentioned your goals there. What are your set goals for 2021 now?
2021, I'd like to have 3-4 fights, and I'd like to be knocking on the door to get into the top 15. Mm-hmm. That is my goal, man, for this year.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely doable. One question from a sort of more selfish standpoint. Did you see Mason Jones made his UFC debut Wednesday?
Yeah, I did see it. I only because I turned it on and it was just, I think there's the last round come on. When the I put the on the telly. Mm-hmm. I think there's the end of the second and it's in the last round of his fight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, another former Cage Warriors lightweight champion. Any interest in a possible future matchup between the two of
you? If he it's always interesting. If he's a top guy, if he's one of the top guys in the division, or he's he needs to obviously needs to get some good wins in that under his belt and stuff, and get some top guys, and that could be a possible fight in the future. Good British fight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm looking at the moving on to the top 15 and the top guys, and that. So that's where I'm focused on, and you know what I mean. So yeah, man.
Awesome. I think that's all the questions I've got for you today. Any last words for anyone watching?
Yeah, man. Just shout out to all my team, Renegade Jiu-Jitsu, all my coaches and my sponsors, Green Hill or Renegade Jiu-Jitsu, all my other sponsors. Yeah, man. Just blessed, man. And yeah, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no, pleasure, Jai. Anytime. Hopefully speak to you maybe after your fight with Drakkar.
No problem, brother.
Awesome.